Breaking, yes, it don't bust for this area as a Biafra independence protests has gone international once more. Yes, my people, normally it don't go international. Yes, everybody knows about it, but once again, it has broken the bar on the international level. Yes, we'll be going directly into the details of this news. Don't forget, we are your one and only Exposed News TV. Yes, these are the details. Also, in response to escalating violence in the Biafraland, yes, in Southeastern, he said the protests has erupted across major European cities with thousands of members of the Biafran diaspora demanding international intervention in the ongoing conflict. Yes, we have there have been noticed that there have been demonstrations in London, Berlin, Paris, and Brussels, with the independent people calling for the independent Biafra and condemning the zoo government for its handling of the crisis. Yes, we'll be talking about these specific places, make you go know, make you understand, say everything where they actually happen is something that is meant to be and not a joke. Okay, he says in London, Trafalgar Square, as one way or another, protesters and people that are Biafrans have come across and come around waving Biafran flags. They've held banners and said, "Free Biafra now and end the Nigerian occupation." Similar things were reported in other cities where members of the Biafran community and their allies chanted slogans and called for foreign governments and the United Nations to intervene, which PM Ekpa has been on the sidelines, have been in the apex too, making sure and poking around, making sure that these people come to a full-time understanding that there is no going back on this particular movement. The process comes on the heels of the Biafra Liberation Armies and the BNL's movement moving and stopping across the violence that has been taking place in the Biafraland. As zoo forces are in disarray, the diaspora believes that the time has come for the international community to step in full time. I believe they have stepped in some time ago and they have made a few comments, but now they are expected to make heavy comments, heavy comeback, and make effective, what do you call it? Effective impact in this particular time at this moment, because this time is the right time. Okay, he says here that we cannot sit idly while our brothers and sisters are being killed from one Ngozi. We there are said that stays in London. He said the world must recognize Biafra's right to self-determination and self-referendum and force the zoo government to stop its violence. International human rights groups have also raised concerns about the growing humanitarian crisis in the region, with tens of thousands displaced by the conflict and the zoo government's military response. As you all know that these people seek to do complete a genocide in the Biafra land, in the southeast region, and it is not something that is even being hidden on any ground. But then it is not what we'll be looking at whenever we decide to do the necessary things that we need to do. That is just the truth of the matter. We are going to succeed. We are going to make sure we do everything in our power to make everything work out. The United Nations has called for a ceasefire and a peaceful resolution, but thus far diplomatic efforts have failed to gain traction. As the conflict in Zoo intensifies, the Biafra's global presence is making waves on the international stage, putting additional pressure on both the Nigeria government and the foreign powers to address the situation before it spirals further out of control. Na so. Okay, my people, na so we go dey give am straight to una back to back. Take notes. That is what we are here for. On another note, it is always good to have it in mind that we are not slacking back on another level. The next thing you will be hearing would be things that concern the Biafra movement, coming from the PM Simon Eba. Listen and enjoy. Thank you.
Most especially if somebody is about to carry out a tax and they are unable to do that, they can assign the power of surrogacy to somebody else, not in a government where you have constitution guiding them. So please, before you come out and talk, do your research first. Thank you.
My brother, let me clarify
But
this.
please, can I say something, please?
Mistakenly understand
Okay.
me, please. Can you give me 1 second, please? Why I say is verifiable is that, eh?
Mazi,
Yeah,
please,
I'm listening.
what we are saying, has she done the right thing? If she had been doing the right thing, nobody would be
No,
complaining.
my,
But she has not done the
I'm
right
not
thing,
saying
and she was not
no.
voted in. She was not voted
It's
in.
not
So
about
what
the
are
I'm
you
right
not
now
thing.
saying
saying?
she does
Is
the right thing, but I want you to understand the point I'm making. Why I say it's
We have
verifiable is
understood your
that
point.
our PM is still alive. We
Please,
can
my hand
find
is
out
up. Oh,
from
my hand
him.
is up. I want to say something.
That's why I say I didn't say that what he's saying, the paper is verifiable by what they wrote. No, I'm saying we can ask our PM. He's still alive and he
Okay.
can answer us.
Yes, why we are going to
Please,
ask
please,
our
please, can
PM
I
is
can I say
because we
something,
got
please?
elected government.
Please don't come off your mic.
Mazi
Don't come off your
Chibueze,
mic. Don't come off your
Mazi
mic.
Chibueze, please, I don't know why you are just bringing this point out here. You are saying it's something we can go and ask our PM. Is it at this point right now you want us to go and start asking PM this question? I want you to, reason with us. Is it this point that it's very, very hard to reach our Prime Minister because he's in solitary confinement, that you want to go and start asking him questions and everything? I don't know if you have
Is
a
in
personal.
incommunicado. Is in incommunicado. If
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
listen to the last memo before this one, prior to what happened last night, what the CRC stated, the only way they can communicate with him is through his lawyers, of which I'm sure moving forward they will intensify on that. Is
Thank you.
incommunicado. So I don't
Yes.
know why you are coming here. So I know. Listen, the prime minister gave you a constitution to address every situation that will come up. Why do countries have institutions? Why do they have government? To guide their future generation, even after they must have left this world. What gives a country, the reason why countries like America and Europe are still standing today, you hear that they are celebrating 200 years of independence, is because of the institutions they built for their nation. So to have a viable nation, you need strong institutions, not strong individuals, strong institutions. The charter
Yeah.
protects the PM and protects the government, protects the people, everybody. So please, don't come here and try to distract us. I don't know where you're coming. Are you
Yeah.
are you
Thank you.
donating? Are you donating? Do you contribute? That's the best advice we need. Contribute money to us. That's the best advice we want right now. If you want to advise us, you contribute. Donate. We need to fund our men on ground. That's the best advice you can give us right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Mazi Chibueze. As regards, you trying to get information to our Prime Minister, there are a lot of people that don't have information. Even on the other side of the person, the other people that broke out, they are looking for information as we speak right now. You understand? And we are not in the right, you know, we are not in the right shoes to disseminate information to them so that they can use and fly as propaganda and stuff. So you looking for ways to talk to our prime minister, is only through the lawyer. So I guess we should give the lawyers the time to do their job I believe they are doing a lot of things because the cabinet members are putting pressure on them, one way or the other through text messages and calls. And there's a time duration, I guess, Finland has to receive lawyers for our prime minister's case. You understand? So any information you are looking for, you just sit tight. I don't want to believe you are for COS for you asking this question because you already gave me, you already raised my eyebrows. You understand? You said you believe the WhatsApp message she brought, and now you're looking for the prime minister to ask him some questions. Not be only you define now. I will tell you, everybody define now. But we are following what he dropped for us, and that's everything in the charter. You understand me? So, following everything in the charter, we know that we are on the right track. You understand? We are on the right track. We are, yeah, the charter was written in English, very understandable English that we could translate and interpret and comprehend. We are not making mistakes here. When you understand the way English language is, one word means one meaning, and one word doesn't mean two meanings. You understand? So we are on the right track. This is 100% correct assertion. You get. So anything as regards you asking too much questions about Prime Minister, leave it for the lawyers to handle. You get. Just leave it for the lawyers. At the end of the day, we're gonna hear from them. So yeah, I think we should just move the mic from here. Mazi University, are you there?
I'm here.
You're welcome, my brother.
Your co-host is raising hand though.
Oh,
Thank you.
our lovely sister Anna, are you there? University, I think you have to give the ladies one. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, don't be angry, okay?
Okay. Thank you, University, for allowing me to speak. I just wanted to address something because I've been hearing this thing fly in so many platforms. I believe the minute we decided as a people to have a government in exile, it means that we were binded or bounded by the rules of governance. And what that simply means is nobody has a right to just, even the prime minister, nobody has a right to just appoint a successor because even himself was not self appointed. He was voted for by people. And going through the charter or even going through the constitution, it doesn't say in any article, in any line, that a ruler or a representative of the people can wake up one morning and appoint somebody to rule. It has to go through proper process. And I don't think that we have done anything outside the laws or the charter that every individual in the Biafran government or in the Biafran country adopted. Even the prime minister himself is liable to the laws in that charter. And for someone who took his time, because reading the charter, you would know that if not him, 80% of that work was done, knows the consequences of what that charter is and will follow by rule. He has never done anything outside the charter. He has never done anything outside the laws that we all as a people agreed. So it is very questionable that he would do something outside a law that he represents. Whether or not he left a text message or a screenshot of a message, you have to understand where that screenshot is coming from, if it's even real. What was the conversation leading to that screenshot? How did we come to that conclusion that being a surrogate means that she should take over, especially when by right and by law she doesn't qualify to be a leader. If she wants to be in that position, then she should go through the process of, first of all, being elected into cabinet or elected into office, not as an appointed staff, but an elected person to represent the people. Now, for us to come to the point of saying we want to go and verify if he said that, you people know who the PM is. He's a man that doesn't really take shit. I can imagine the look on your face when he will give you an answer like, seriously, you are actually asking me this question when you have everything that you need. Now, the Prime Minister is not available for now. It doesn't mean that because he's not available, the place has to be void. Somebody or some group of people or some persons have to take charge till he comes back. And for that to happen, proper due process has to be followed. He wasn't appointed, or he didn't self-appoint himself. When he decided, or rather when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa, he's taking a new dimension, it was because he saw that this person is trying to put together something that will give us as a people credibility. When you come out and say you are a government, the entire government system in the world expects you to follow the basic rule of governance. And one of those things is we are not a people that we are run by kings and queens. We are run a proper democratic system. So you have to follow the rules by which you agreed. And those rules are stated in black and white in the charter. Peradventure, he's not available, which is right now. It means that the people or the ruling people or bodies who have been elected has to come together to take a decision as an elected house with the people in mind. Because mind you, the charter clearly states that when certain things like this happen, the power returns back to the people. Because in the end, you cannot be a cabinet member and be rolling stones and grasses. You can't. It's the people that actually make up the country. And if the people themselves even decide to say, okay, you know what, PM, we don't even want to listen to what you're saying. We want to do it exactly how we all agreed. Because all of us agreed. That charter was read, delegates adopted it, meaning that we all decided to follow this rule tit for tat, nothing excluded. So, him knowing that from the man that I have studied from far, knowing that certain things, especially in this kind of time, that what we do will determine how the international bodies or the recognition that we are looking for will get it, will not deliberately, I use the word deliberately, go against something that has record and proof that he and a whole lot of people agreed to stand by. So the idea of saying you want to go and verify when already that is there. I mean, it's, it doesn't really, at this point in time, we don't need that because we are at a war, whether we like it or not. There is war at our doorsteps, and we have to make sure that that war does not engulf us. And making sure that doesn't happen is making sure that that void is filled. And making sure that void is filled, we have to do things the proper way. I'm not thinking when, like my brother David Nana said, when she started, I kept quiet because at first I was like, okay, let's see. If truly she is saying that the PM, she's working for the PM, or the PM is, under the PM's order, there are so many things that you and I both know that the PM will not stand for. I have been following the Prime Minister since it started, and he doesn't just shut people down or basically kick them out because they don't agree. It is a government. You are allowed to have your opinion. You are allowed to come and defend your reasonings why certain things should not be done. That is why it's a democracy. So you argue your point, prove your point, and say this is the reason why I think, but not, oh, it has to be done that way, if not, get lost. It doesn't make sense. It looks like, for me, someone trying to usurp power with, a tiny thread of, okay, let's use this angle. And it's not making sense. It's really not making sense. We have laws. The Prime Minister took time. We all agreed, we all gathered ourselves at Helsinki in October to make sure that those laws are binding. We call ourselves a government. We should do things as a government, not as an organization. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, the government structure wasn't as what it is now. And that was the reason why most times, most of the decision was made by him, because it wasn't per se a government system. But now you have a government system. Even the office of the prime minister is a public service. He represents the people. He's answerable to the people. He doesn't have the power if the people doesn't give him the power. So we need to understand and be guided. Doing things the right way in government is what actually makes you a government, not just saying, please, this is what it is. The prime minister said this person should. He doesn't have that right. Even in the constitution, there is no article that gives him that right to say, let he can pick somebody to. It's not that kind of government. So, and that is the reason why I believe that it cannot be from him, because he understands totally what the law is and what he signed on that document. And he knows it can, or he can be held accountable if he goes wrong. And I don't think our PM is that kind of a person. I don't think so. I don't think he's that kind of a person who would deliberately break laws just because of situations. If not, by now we will not be here. We won't. He has never pushed anything or imposed anything on any of us. In all the times he was elected as the prime minister, whenever he needs to even do an act, the people are carried along. They are voted for. That act is voted for. If they don't agree, the act doesn't happen. That's how it works. So it's just questionable. Too many questions, too many red flags. And I'm not going to put my life on the line for questions at this point, when we're supposed to be at the stage of defending our land, because that's what is key. We have redeclared. The next step is defending your mandate of redeclaring. You've basically told the world that this is who we are. We don't give a shit. Come with whatever you have, and we'll match you for what you are. So right now, we shouldn't even be thinking about it in that direction. We should be thinking about what does the Constitution says. Somebody said some time ago, the chapter has ended since the degradation and the Constitution. Hello, even in that Constitution, please bring. I keep asking you, bring one line, one article that tells me otherwise. There is nothing like that, because that's not how a democracy system works, and that's not how a government system works. We're a government. We're people, yes, for now, we're still fighting for our land, but it doesn't mean we should live or do things like we were 10 years ago. We have moved from that dimension. We have gotten certain recognition from certain countries, certain dignitaries in countries, and they are watching to know that you know exactly what you are doing. When you call yourself a government, it means you'll be held accountable as a government. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
You. Thank you, our lovely sister, Professor. No, you know, there are sometimes some people will just come and say some unbelievable stuff. I can't believe our Mazi believed that screenshot, that common screenshot that he was shown by the COS, saying that, that screenshot is very valid. A screenshot that did not come with a sender, a screenshot that did not come with the time sent, a screenshot that did not come with any, description or anything as regards where it's coming from and where it's going to. You understand? It was just a zoomed in screenshot. And if it was someone that want to scam you, this is how someone will just get scammed. You get someone, if it's another different scenario, that someone just brings a screenshot for you to just believe, so that things are going to go on. This is the way they are just going to scam you. So I want us to learn. There are better ways in doing things. You understand? This same woman that sent you a full document saying this is the agreement between blah 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 blah. She cannot send you a full screenshot of. She's literally trying to convince you that this is where I'm driving at. She's trying to convince you that you need to believe this. She can send you a document, but she cannot send you just a cropped screenshot. There's a very big rat smelling somewhere. Um University, are you there?
And please, sorry,
That's the case. Okay.
if you have spoken,
Go
then we need to bring you down because a whole lot of people requesting, and we need to bring people up.
Yeah, Mass University, are you there?
That's the case. Let me let
Yeah.
me give one let me give one final reference to that Mazi Chibika, whatever Mazi Chibueze. I want to ask him, when Joe Biden in the United States wasn't able, because of his health challenges, he could not run for office. Did he just come out and say, okay, oh, because of I cannot run, let me give the power to Kamala Harris to run? The power had to fall back on the delegates of the Democrat Party. And based on that power, they had to reach a resolution to who they will nominate. And that was how they nominated Kamala Harris. So because Joe Biden is the president doesn't mean he will just say, okay, because of I cannot do this, I want this person. No, it has to be a democratic process. And that's what we just displayed in what we did. So please, go and read that charter. People are taking that charter as newspaper. It's not a newspaper. It's the document that will hold you accountable if you go against the law. Go and read the charter. Thank you.
Mass University, are you there? You have the floor.
Mazdaki, can you hear me?
Very loud and clear.
There we go.
You're welcome, Honorable.
Okay, Mado. Great man. Thank you so very much, Mazdaki. Um, Professor, I salute you. It's always very nice to have you on board. Um, and thank you for your enlightenment, for enlightening us. You know, it's quite unfortunate that this guy that was asking this question earlier is no longer here. He's one of my best friends in this struggle, you know. But sometimes when people you consider best friends act as if they are, you know, because these people, they don't try to consider the consequences of their action. If this individual is sent to, to suffocate what we are doing, so you will just help her to achieve that goal. This is quite inappropriate, and it's very, very unfair that Mazi Chibweze is saying that if you want to, if you, because you have never been straightforward, if you have to, a man, you have to take a stand. Anybody who is unable to take a stand, especially at this point, then you are a hypocrite. You are not telling you are a dishonest person. You are not telling yourself the truth. That's a fact. So, and why this thing surprised me so very much is because I was in government and all these things were happening in my very own eyes. And when I go to the media, I hear something different. The whole thing make me sick. These are people who were telling us how we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. With all the action that we are proving for all these years, I don't think that that title is very, it's wrong. It's not very, very correct, because a lot of people have proven themselves wrong of that we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. And then you come and you lie to the cabinet. You deny actions that you took by yourself. You don't believe in yourself. When you have different multiple personality display, and you treat people like a test subject. You prey on people's emotion, and then you throw propaganda against Biafran struggle. This is absurd. Anybody who carries out this action, he must have either he haven't learned anything, or is coming for something that we don't know. Anyways, we shouldn't concentrate much on anybody who comes here asking questions from Gozo Rabweze, and nobody should discuss to anybody about the Biafran government lawyers. Let the lawyers do their job, let the government do their job, and let the Biafran media do their own job. You shouldn't come here and begin to discuss parts that you shouldn't discuss. You have seen Ngozi follow up this movement, and she has been preying on every information that is being given out, and to dish out lie in a way that is favors whatever cause she's trying to pursue this time. You understand? So we shouldn't be we shouldn't fall into all these their ugly hands. You know, we are, I must say, very big congratulations to Biafran people. I understand that you never had time to really enjoy yourselves, and when this event was over and this woman caused her problem. But we should discuss more on what it benefits the struggle that we are into, how we are going to be, support the government to continue to do wonders. Imagine if the way we come here, instead of dealing with the issues at hand, and we begin to maintain our position. What if the BLA abandon their post and begin to come online to follow you do this thing? How will you feel? So we have to fall back to these very actions, and it's very important that we really concentrate and stay focused. Congratulations to our Prime Minister, acting Prime Minister elect by Biafran people. Yesterday was a display of a good government who really know what they are doing. The government of Biafra is very much intact, and any other person who is running any other thing out there is doing it on his own. You have a freedom of association to do whatever you want to do, but please don't come against the structure that Prime Minister have laid down. We know that there are confusion and there are different ideas. We are people of ideas. We want to bring. We are creative people. We are creators. We want to create. We want to form. We want to do things. We are very active people. Yes, that is why we gathered together in 2003 to put all those ideas in a book in one place, which we call the Biafran, the Confederating Charter of Biafra. And this charter has all the mechanisms and all the materials needed to secure this very freedom that we are looking for. So we know, because if you allow everybody, there will be conflicting of ideas and there will be commotion and there will not be one house. So Prime Minister Simon Ekpa wasn't a stupid person. He knew what he was doing. That was why that charter was designed. And that charter was designed because if you have a government, you must have